Alleged underworld figure Vusimuzi Madlala is expected to take the witness stand before the Madlanga Commission of the inquiry on 7 July in what is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated appearances since the commission began probing allegations of corruption, criminality, and political interference with South Africa's criminal justice system. The appearance follows the issuing of subpoena compelling Madlala to testify before the Madlanga Commission, which was established by President Cyril Ramaphosa and is chaired by retired Constitutional Court Judge Boiseni Madlanga. Commission spokesperson Jeremy Michaels confirmed on Thursday that Madlala would appear before the inquiry next week, describing him as a central figure in many of those allegations. In many of the allegations that have emerged during months of testimony, he said the commission can confirm that Mr. Vusimuzi Madlala has been subpoenaed to appear before the commission next Tuesday. His testimony is expected to be a defining moment in an inquiry that has heard explosive allegations involving senior police officials, politically connected individuals, controversial state contracts, and claims of interference in criminal investigations. Madlala has featured prominently in evidence presented before the commission, with numerous witnesses linking him to allegations ranging from corruption and tender manipulation to whistleblower assassinations and alleged infiltration of law enforcement structures. Many of these allegations gained national prominence after KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi delivered a dramatic media briefing in July 2025, during which he accused suspended Police Minister Senzo Mchunu of disbanding the political killings task team under pressure from criminal networks and powerful interests. Although Mchunu has consistently denied any wrongdoing, Mkhwanazi's claims triggered a political storm that reverberated across government, law enforcement agencies, and parliament. The controversy ultimately led to the establishment of the commission, which has since become one of the country's most closely watched inquiries. Over the course of its hearings, the commission has received testimony from police officers, whistleblowers, investigators, and political figures who have described an alleged criminal network operating within and around state institutions. At the center of those claims has been Madlala. Witnesses have alleged that Madlala cultivated relationships with senior police officials and politically connected individuals in order to secure protection, influence investigations, and gain access to lucrative government contracts. According to testimony heard by the commission, Madlala allegedly used these relationships to undermine criminal investigations and shield members of an alleged criminal syndicate from prosecution. One of the most serious allegations concerns the murder of Transnet whistleblower Armand Swart. Evidence presented before the commission suggests that Madlala allegedly played a role in organizing the killing and is accused of recruiting Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department officer Puletau as one of the gunmen involved in the assassination. Several anonymous police witnesses have further alleged that investigators were pressured by senior officers to suppress the case and prevent meaningful progress in the investigation. Madlala has also been linked to controversial blue light saga involving his security company CAT VIP Protection. The company allegedly entered into an irregular memorandum of understanding with the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department that enabled privately owned vehicles to be fitted with blue lights ordinarily reserved for law enforcement and emergency services. The arrangement drew widespread criticism and prompted questions about whether individuals linked to private security interests were being granted privileges typically reserved for state officials. The commission has had evidence suggesting that the arrangements formed part of a broader concern regarding Madlala's influence within law enforcement circles. Perhaps most damaging are allegations that senior police officials received benefits from Madlala. Witnesses have accused Deputy National Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya and organized crime head Richard Shipiro of receiving cash payments and luxury vehicles from Madlala. Both officials have denied wrongdoing, but the allegations have become a major focus of the Commission's effort to determine whether criminal networks successfully infiltrated senior ranks of the South African Police Service. Madlala's appearance is expected to provide commissioners with an opportunity to directly question him about these claims and the broader allegations surrounding his alleged relationships with police officials. In addition to allegations involving police corruption, Madlala remains at the center of a high-profile corruption case linked to a controversial South African police service healthcare contract. Madlala previously pleaded guilty to charges of fraud, corruption, and money laundering relating to a 360 million rand SAPS wellness contract awarded to his company, Medicare 24 Tshwane District. According to prosecutors, the company secured the contract despite a rival bid valued at approximately 228 million rand being regarded as more compliant and significantly cheaper. Investigators alleged that the procurement process was manipulated in favor of Medicare 24, resulting in substantial financial losses to the state. The scandal widened when Brigadier Rachel Mojeng, who was reportedly involved in a romantic relationship with Madlala, was accused of receiving approximately 300,000 rand in bribes in exchange for referring SAPS officials for wellness assessments through the company. Roughly 50 million rand had already been paid to Medicare 24. Internal auditors flagged concerns regarding the contract. The agreement was later cancelled by suspended National Police Commissioner General Fane Masemola. However, General Masemola himself subsequently became embroiled in the controversy and was charged with allegedly contravening the Public Finance Management Act in connection with the contract. The Medicare 24 matter took another dramatic turn when Madlala entered into a plea agreement with the prosecutors. As part of the deal, he submitted an affidavit implicating 16 co-accused, including police officials, company directors, and senior law enforcement figures. The proposed agreement would have seen Madlala receive an 8-year sentence in exchange for cooperation with the prosecutors. However, the Pretoria Specialized Commercial Crimes Court rejected the arrangement, ruling that aspects of the proposed sentence were not in the interest of justice. The court instead recommended direct imprisonment, term of 12 years, throwing the future of the agreement into uncertainty and raising questions about the extent of Madlala's cooperation with authorities. Sources familiar with the discussions surrounding Madlala's appearance have indicated that negotiations took place regarding the scope of his testimony before the commission. It is understood that Madlala agreed to cooperate on condition that questioning relating to certain aspects of the Medicare 24 matter would be limited. His legal team reportedly argued that extensive questioning on issues still before the courts could potentially prejudice ongoing criminal proceedings. Michaels declined to comment on the details of any arrangement between the Commission and Madlala's lawyers. He said, "We don't want to say much more than that at this point. Needless to say, Mr. Madlala is the central figure in the Commission's inquiry. The arrangements around the preparation for his appearance are obviously extremely sensitive. At this point, I am simply going to confirm that he will appear." Madlala is currently in custody following his arrest in May 2025 in connection with the attempted murder of socialite and influencer Tebogo Sobejane, who is his former girlfriend. Prosecutors allege that Madlala was involved in orchestrating the attack, although he has denied any involvement and maintains his innocence. The case remains before the courts, with hearings entering the final phase and the Commission expected to submit its report by 31 August. Madlala's testimony is widely viewed as one of the most consequential moments of the inquiry. For months, witnesses have painted a picture of powerful network allegedly linking organized crime, corrupt police officials, and politically connected individuals. Now, for the first time, the man at the center of many of those allegations is expected to publicly respond under oath. Whether Madlala's testimony sheds new light on the allegations or deepens the controversy surrounding them, his appearance is likely to attract intense national attention and could significantly influence the Commission's final findings. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.